Bye-bye, Busa. Bye-bye, Busa.
Well, hey everybody, it's your good buddy 650E here, and as you can see, today we're talking about the Suzuki Hayabusa. I'm at State 8 Motorcycles, and they just so happen to have this highly modified 2006 Hayabusa in stock. It's for sale, by the way. If you're interested in it, the link to it will be in the description. But it's a sad, sad day because Suzuki has announced that they are discontinuing production of the Hayabusa effective December 2019. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, this particular example of the Hayabusa is really nice, decked out with a lot of aftermarket parts, rotors, wheels, even the paint scheme is totally different. But the original Hayabusa that was launched in 1999 was a pretty groundbreaking motorcycle. The problem is they really only had one significant update to the Hayabusa. That was in 2008. And since then, it's been pretty stale. Yes, they did add Brembo brakes to the motorcycle towards the end of its life here and a few other advances, but it never really got the technology that people seek and crave from their motorcycles. It still does not have a quick shifter. It doesn't even know what an auto blipper is. And the bike is just completely outdated. And I've had several opportunities to ride Hayabusas in all different varieties, from my good buddy OJ's stock Hayabusa to a turbo Hayabusa that I got to ride 3 years ago. I'm kind of scared to ride a turbo Busa. I've heard so many things about them. You know, 300 horsepower, 400 horsepower. It's going to rip your arms off the socket. You're going to need stitches. But we'll see. We have a straightaway here. Whoa! Jeez, man! Wow! And what I like about it is that because it's a Busa, it's big. So when that whoosh comes on, I don't feel like, whoa! Like on my H2, because it's smaller and more nimble, you just know in every gear that the power is going to wheelie and whatnot. Whereas for this one, you feel planted. Too much power for me. And what I mean by that is that we don't have the roadways here to really utilize this kind of power. You can go ahead and call me a female reproductive organ if you wish. I'm just keeping it real with you. And my opinion of that motorcycle was always, hey, it was a fast bike, especially with the turbo, but the brakes were horrible. The suspension felt like spaghetti. You didn't feel confident. You didn't feel like you could really corner on the motorcycle. And you most certainly felt the heft and the enormous weight of this motorcycle. And that's why other motorcycles that came out after the Hayabusa, such as the Ninja H2, that was a more balanced machine. The Ninja H2 has a great suspension, a KYB suspension in fact. It has quick shifter, auto blipper. It has a supercharger on it. So it's not just a one-trick pony like this Hayabusa is, which is pretty much just good at going fast in a straight line. And this particular model, the previous owner has installed an extended swing arm on it, which makes it great for drag strip racing, but makes it horrible and almost impossible for trying to corner
Bro, hey, watch out, watch out. Hey, I gotta get you out of here. Bro, there's fire, 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 fire. Flames, bro. Dude.
We gotta get him out of here.
Bro, I gotta get you out. I know.
Come on, bud. You guys alright? Need help?
I just want to get away from that fire right there.
Or do any sort of exhilarating country rides. This bike here looks great, still has its passenger seat. It's a great bike for people that want to go down to Myrtle Beach. And even when you equip this motorcycle or you install a turbo onto the Hayabusa, it still gets spanked and drugged down the highway by the Kawasaki Ninja H2, as my good buddy Boosted H2 demonstrates here in this amazing video clip.
All right, longer. Let's do it. Say when.
Twice.
Come on. Come on. Oh, Johnny. Come on. You're no Daisy. You're no Daisy at all. Poor soul. He was just too high strung.
And without a turbocharger on the bike, it's as slow as molasses falling off of a frozen tree branch. I think this Hayabusa had pistons or something else installed on it, but even it got slayed by my Ninja H2.
A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Bye Busa. Bye Felicia. Bye Busa. Yep, and that's a Busa running nitrous.
So when the Hayabusa was launched in 1999, it had 173 horsepower. Now that was pretty massive for back then, but the bike just did not keep up with the times. In 2010, the BMW S1000RR was launched with 193 horsepower, 20 more horsepower than this big behemoth, and the Hayabusa just never really caught up and kept pace with the faster motorcycles. Fast forward to 2018, where we have the Ducati V4 Panigale, and it has, you know, a claimed 226 crank horsepower, and we've demonstrated that the motorcycle had 199 horsepower at the rear wheel. I mean, it can totally rip apart the Suzuki Hayabusa. So those are some of the reasons why Suzuki has decided to end production of the Hayabusa. It's not selling very well, it's outdated, and most importantly, it does not meet Euro 4 emissions. So, and they have no plans on making it meet Euro 4 emissions, because if you can't sell units, what's the point of spending a lot of money in research and development to get it to meet emission standards if the bike is simply going to sit idling on showroom floors? So where does Suzuki go from here? Their flagship model, the Suzuki Hayabusa, will no longer be produced. Will they make another model that'll become their flagship? Will they take a few years off, as some people have suggested, and then revamp the Hayabusa and bring it back Euro 4 compliant with maybe a supercharger or perhaps even a turbo, so that it could compete with the Kawasaki Ninja H2 or the Kawasaki ZX-13R? Who knows? It's yet to be determined what Suzuki's going to do with this bike, but for right now, the Suzuki Hayabusa is dead. Alright, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're already a subscriber, tap that bell so that you can be notified when I upload new content to the channel. New videos are always uploaded to the 650E YouTube channel. Stay tuned for more, and as always, thanks for viewing. It's a sad day for Suzuki, but I suspect this bike might be back. Stay tuned.